Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's Ask Me Anything. I'm Tim from Ledger, and today I'm going to be answering all your questions that I can. So feel free to keep dropping them in the chat. I see that we have a bunch already, so I'll start from the top and continue on from there. Just a quick reminder, normally this is the Europeans team. It's their day to do the Ask Me Anything, and they do that at, I believe, 4:30 p.m. Central CET, whatever that stands for, which is 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So starting next week, this session will be moved back to the 7:30 a.m. On Pacific time, and it will be the European team. But without wasting any more time, I'll just go ahead and get started on your guys' questions. All right. So it looks like we got Jesse Bradley is asking, when can we expect MetaMask app to enable Bluetooth for Nano X? I'm not too sure about that. That is kind of really on, since, MetaMask is its own wallet, it's kind of on them to like push that update. However, I do know that there are some alternatives to MetaMask mobile. One really cool wallet that one of my coworkers likes a lot, and I've used it a little bit, and it's very clean, is the 1-inch web wallet, or I'm sorry, not web wallet, the 1-inch wallet. So you can download that from the Play Store or the Apple Store. And that's a really good wallet. You can connect to it via Bluetooth on your Nano X or via wired connection if you have an Android. Another really good alternative to MetaMask is the Rainbow Wallet. If you haven't checked that out, the Rainbow Wallet is another one that I'm told is has really good connection. Although I haven't actually used the Rainbow Wallet, but I would check that out. If you're looking for something in the meantime to use while we're all kind of waiting on that to happen. So yeah. Let's see. Claire Withrow is saying, "Hi Dan." I'm not Dan, unfortunately. I'm not worthy, but I'll do my best to answer your question anyway. You help understand how I can take my XRP off Nano X to sell when I am ready. Yeah. So basically, your XRP, all your crypto, it's not actually on your Nano X. So your crypto is only ever stored on the blockchain, including your XRP, any crypto account. Basically, your Nano is really just a key to access your crypto accounts because it has your private keys in it, which is your 24-word recovery phrase. And so with that, you're able to access your accounts that you own on the blockchain itself. So your XRP is already on the blockchain, ready to go. To sell it, however, you have a couple options. You actually no. For XRP, you actually have to send it. That's right. You cannot sell XRP in Ledger Live. I forgot. Only Bitcoin can be sold in Ledger Live. So to sell your XRP, you would actually have to send it from your account in Ledger Live to your exchange. And so I'll show you kind of what that looks like. Send crypto. Actually, I'll just initiate a test transaction for you. Let's say, here, let me switch to the big monitor. I don't have an XRP account, but it's going to look the same for pretty much any account. I do have an XRP account. It's just not funded. So basically what you want to do is you'll want to get the address. I'm going to pull a random address from my MetaMask to act as a placeholder. We'll do this hot wallet right here. Okay. So let's say this is your XRP account. You definitely want to go to the send button, and you will get this address from the exchange that you are trying to send your XRP to. So like maybe Uphold or I'm not really sure. Whoever it is that supports XRP that is you're able to send it to sell, you'd have to get the receive address from there. And then you'd paste it in right here. You'd hit the send button of your XRP account. You'd paste in the address, continue, and then just kind of move on from there. However, one thing to keep in mind with XRP, when you're sending XRP from your account in Ledger Live to an exchange, is you have to make sure to use the memo tag field. This is very important for only when sending to an exchange. The memo tag field is not required ever on the network as like a network requirement, but exchanges do use the memo tag field to tell who to credit funds to for individual deposits. So basically, like the exchange will give you and 15 other people the exact same XRP address, wallet address to deposit funds to on the exchange. And then they'll also give each one of those people a unique memo tag. And then they'll use that memo tag. Then when the exchange receives it, they'll be like, okay, this memo tag was for this person. I'm going to credit this to that account. And so don't forget to use a memo tag because it can be kind of a pain to recover your assets from the exchange. First off, you have to convince them that you sent them some of your assets and that you forgot to use a memo tag, and they can help you recover it. But it's easier just to make sure to remember to use the memo tag before just to avoid all that. Let's see. OJ is saying, hi, I managed to swap Solana for ETH and Ledger Live, but when I tried to swap it back, it said there was no token called Solana. That's really interesting. So I don't know what the issue could be, but I can definitely speculate, which I am going to do. Okay, so if you swap Solana for ETH, that's a cross-network swap. Two different blockchains, and so you wouldn't have been able to use the DEX aggregator such as like 1inch or Paraswap to do that. You would have had to use a like one of the centralized providers that we have, like Changely or CIC, or one of the swap providers that is a centralized entity to be able to perform that swap. And so it could be the case that you perform the swap from Solana to ETH initially through one of them, and it went through, but then maybe you were trying to swap back to Solana with ETH, and you selected 1inch or Paraswap, basically 1inch or Paraswap. Those are the two DEX aggregators that we have in Ledger Live, which only handle EVM chains, so Ethereum chains. And if that's the case, then you could have gotten that message saying like, oh, there's no token on Solana. So I would say check which provider you're using and make sure you're using the same provider that you used to make the initial swap. But other than that, we'd really kind of have to probably get your exact circumstances. If you know what swap provider you were using to perform both swaps, go ahead and drop it in the comments, and maybe we can loop back around to it. And I'll see if I have any more insight onto where the issue might be. But that's weird if you were getting a message that said there's no token called Solana. That would be the only, off the top of my head, the only reason I can think of why that might occur. But yeah, if you have any more information, then definitely drop it in the comments, and we'll loop back around to it. All right, Stuart Butler is asking, will there be any Ledger Live support for Polkadot nomination pools at any point? Honestly, possibly, most likely. It is definitely a feature of the Polkadot network. However, as of right now, it's not a feature, as you obviously know that, since you asked the question. And I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's on the roadmap, or if it is on the roadmap, what kind of like time frame we're looking at. I do know that the Polkadot blockchain is notoriously complicated and has a whole lot of features that are constantly having to be added in or whatever, and it is pretty limited what can be done on Polkadot within Ledger Live, specifically with like parachains, and then also now with like nomination pools. However, you can, if you don't already, just in case you don't already like know about this, you can actually go to, let me see if I can find it, staking dot Polkadot dot something. There it is. .net. Oh, no, that's not it. That's Polkadot.net. We want to go to staking.polkadot.net. Here we go. All right, cool. So yeah, you can come here to this staking dashboard right here, and you can nominate to pool. You can do your pool nominate. You can actually connect your hardware wallet right to here. Here, check it out. I'll do it for you real quick. You might already know about this, but for anybody else that's curious about this, that's also in the chat. I'll go ahead and just run through this process for you. Okay, cool. So let's open up the Polkadot app. Find it. I have a lot of apps on. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. We got Polkadot app opened up, and we are on the website. You can go up here. You can connect your hardware wallet, and then let's see. And it already has it. It's already detecting it. So it's not staking. So I connected my wallet right here. That's my Polkadot address. This would be the same exact wallet address that would be in Ledger Live, just accessing it through this dashboard. And then from here, you can check out the validators, you can check out the pools, you can nominate, you can do all the stuff that you would do that you were asking about right from here. It's just not in Ledger Live. So yeah, to answer your question, I'm not sure when that's going to be available. I would say that most likely it's being worked on though, but I can't give you an exact time frame on that. All right. All right. Able PR is saying, I have Gale Crypto on my desktop. shows the correct amount of coins I have in my phone and tablet. It does not show the correct amount of coins. Okay. So you have Gale Crypto, and in your phone, I assume in the Ledger Live app, it's showing you the correct balance, but on your tablet, maybe you're not seeing the correct balance. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm going to go with for now. So let me just take a minute to look up so I can know what Gale Crypto is. Let's see. Gale. Yeah. I don't see anything. I don't see anything GAIL in CoinGecko. Let me check Coin Market Cap. I'm not seeing anything for Gale. I'm not sure what it is. Is it like a ERC20 token on ETH? If you know the actual like the ticker for it or whatever, or better yet, if you can send me a link to it like on CoinGecko, then I can get more information. But just like a stab in the dark at like what issue you may be encountering right now is if you have it on your phone, then that would make sense. But the tablet is kind of hit or miss. Like especially if you have an iPad, if it's specifically an Apple iPad, then Ledger Live is not supported on that device, and so it may not like function properly. It may have it's very hit or miss whether Ledger Live will work on like a tablet or iPad, depending on what processor is being used. If it's like the ARM processor, or if it's like a Chromium, like a Chromebook based tablet, then it probably won't work. And so then the issue you could be running into is simply that Ledger Live is not able to function properly on that device, and so cannot communicate with the blockchain to pull in the correct information. But one thing you can try is to clear your cache. If you have the Ledger Live application opened up on your tablet, go to open it up and then go up here to the settings and then go to help. And then right here where it says clear cache, you can clear it and confirm it. And this basically forces all of your accounts to resync with the blockchain. And it works wonders on Ledger Live Mobile, Ledger Live Desktop, but only on supported devices. If the device itself is not supported, then it may or may not work, but it becomes really difficult for us to help troubleshoot that because the application wasn't designed to even function on those devices. So like that would kind of be the answer for that. So like if it's working on your in your phone and you have the correct balance in your phone, then I would say probably just continue to manage it from your phone. But yes, that would kind of be my answer for that. And it also could just be an issue with your Ledger Live being out of date. Let me see what the latest version is. So the latest version on desktop is 2.60, and I believe the latest version on mobile is 3.24. So if you are, depending on which app you have installed on your tablet, if it is out of date, then that could be the issue as well. Definitely get that updated, and yeah, maybe that'll help synchronize with your accounts. Okay. Sanket Naik, very sorry if I mispronounced your name. I have sent Meld to Ledger after confirmation via hardware Nano S Plus. I didn't receive it. I got ADA charged for the same, only Meld transfer, but I see some other coin also on transaction ID. So I would definitely need to like see the transaction ID on that, but let me take a look and see if I can look up Meld. Oh, it looks like it's a Cosmos chain. Let's see. Let's take a look at it in Kepler real quick. Hmm. Hmm. Kepler changed their interface. Let's see. That'll help. Go chains. Let's see if we can find this. It doesn't look like it's there. It's definitely not supported in Ledger Live. So I guess I would ask, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I guess I would need to know which chain, Sankit, which chain did you send your MELD tokens over? Was it over is it a Cardano token? Is it, I mean, it shows on CoinGecko, it looks like it is a Cosmos token or oh no, Cardano scan, it's right there. Okay, yeah, I was misinterpreting that. Okay, cool. So it is a Cardano token. So yeah, so Cardano tokens are not supported. There are some that are supported in Ledger Live, but if you're not seeing it, then you definitely will have to connect to the, let me find you the right wallet to connect to. I think I like Eternal. Yeah. There's a bunch of good ones. There's Yoroi, there's Daedalus. I feel like Daedalus is a little bit clunky and kind of like not super user friendly. Yoroi is great, but it's a little bit limited. Eternal seems to be, in my opinion, probably the most user friendly and has the most features. So yeah, so let's see. Connect Ledger to Eternal data. Okay, cool. So check out that Help Center article that I just linked. That's going to give you all the steps. So you'll be able to install the Eternal browser extension, and you'll be able to safely connect to it and import your Cardano account with your hardware wallet. It's the same process as adding an account in Ledger Live. It's just you're going to be doing it through this other wallet software. And this will let you manage your tokens. So yeah, the MELD token is probably not supported in Ledger Live, but connecting to Eternal, it'll detect the tokens that are in your wallet. And so as long as you send it to the correct wallet address, then you should be able to recover your tokens, no problem. And then you can just continue to use Eternal from there to manage your tokens, send them, receive, like whatever you got to do. All right. Pulse chain and Ledger Live, unknown if that's on the roadmap. But yeah, not sure. RH is asking, any plans on reversing the update where you share my details with 3 other companies? That's a bit of a misconception. Your details are actually not shared with other companies. So the only way to, you're talking about Ledger Recover, I assume. So that service is for people who would like to, back up their recovery phrase. And it can only take place with the authorization from the user. It would be impossible for Ledger or anybody else to just blatantly share your information. It's a service that you would have to sign up for on your own and then actually physically approve from your device, same as signing any other transaction. So no, we're not going to reverse that update. OJ, I use Changely. Okay, great. So Changely is a third-party swap provider that we are partnered with in Ledger Live. So with Changely, yeah, that is weird that you got that message. I would say probably try again and make sure that you also selected Changely for the second transaction. But it could be the case that they just didn't have liquidity, or there was network congestion, or maybe their servers were down or something. It's tough to say because I don't have a lot of visibility into like Changely's operating system. They're kind of like, well, they're their own company, so they operate their own way. So like when users such as yourself that have issues with Changely, when they come to us for help, we have to gather your details, and then we have to reach out to Changely. Honestly, like you can reach out to Changely yourself, and they do have a customer support channel, but we're more than happy to do it for you. We have on our team, we have contacts where we can reach out to Changely and get pretty swift responses. So for more information about that, I would actually open up a support ticket with us at support.ledger.com and click on the contact us button at the bottom and fill out answer the chatbot questions and whatever, get connected with an agent. And then we can get your information, like your swap ID or the address, the transaction ID of your swap. And we can reach out to Changely and ask them what's going on with that and what might be happening and get answers for you. Let's see. Crimson, I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Crimson is asking, will I still be able to sell BTC off Ledger Live into my bank in US for the foreseeable future? As far as I know, yes, you are still able to sell your Bitcoin in Ledger Live. And as long as it remains legal and able to do in the US, my assumption is that this will continue to be a service. It's definitely a service that we want to have for our customers. In Ledger Live. So it's not, so the only circumstance we would withdraw is if we had to. So I would say just kind of monitor the situation closely and pay attention to what's going on around the entire regulatory craziness that's going on right now, and just use your best judgment. If the US does, take certain steps, then maybe that feature would go away. But I really can't say for certain. But I can say that the services in Ledger Live are based on the legal framework of each region, which is why it's so difficult for us to answer specific questions about swaps and things with different providers in Ledger Live, is because these are all different third-party companies that are located all over the place, and they all have their own legal framework they have to follow for each jurisdiction, each country that they operate in, and the users, what the users in each of those places are and are not able to do. So it can get really gray and kind of confusing. So yes, I would say just it will be available as long as we are able to continue to make it available. Sorry, I don't have a more specific answer for you on that. I don't do very good with speculation and stuff. I'm more just kind of a tech guy here. Let's see. And then you followed up, after selling through third party via Ledger is what I mean. Yeah. I hope I answered that. For sure. Yep. All right, cool. All right. And okay, OJ following up. A few days later, I tried to swap ETH to Solana, but it didn't even recognize Solana. It didn't offer Changely or any other provider. When putting in Sol as a ticker, the coin that came up was Sol. Let's check this out. Let me see what's going on here. All right, let's go to swap. We are going to do that to. Oh, weird. You're right. Sol is not even there. Oh, so I don't know how much you've been following all the regulatory stuff that's been going on, but see, I'm no expert in this stuff. I'm not the voice of authority on any of this. But what could be happening is Sol could potentially have been pulled due to all the regulatory stuff that's been happening. Again, I would have to actually talk to Changely, a member of Changely, to find out for certain if they did pull Solana from US based customers. I'm just not, if it doesn't show up. So if it doesn't show up as a option, then it's just simply not an option. So right now, let me do an example. So I'll do XRP. So XRP is illegal in the US for most customers. Let's see what happens if I want to swap from XRP. So I go here. It's giving me Changely as a provider. And so Changely, so basically when you initiate a swap in Ledger Live, it will have you, first it'll ask you what you want to swap to, which is what I did. And then it'll provide a provider that is able to, based on that information, is able to satisfy that. And then if you go to exchange, oh shit, it's not gonna let me. So it's gonna make, basically it would make me log in. I don't think it'd be able to do. Let's see what happens. Looking like it's gonna let me make this swap. So I guess then the answer to that, I'm gonna go ahead and deny it because I do not want to swap my ETH for XP. Okay. Yeah, so I would say that probably if it's not a selection from the swap tab, then there's just no providers that can offer that at that point. And so it could be the case that Changely just does not support Solana right now for swaps based on your region. That would be my main guess on what's going on there. Okay. Publius, Triff, are we going to be at risk with the update and you sharing that information? Again, the no information is going to be shared with any other company. It's a totally optional service. You can choose to use it or you can choose not to use it. If you choose not to use it, then it cannot be activated without your permission. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's see. Nicola. I'm not even going to try. Nicola is asking, will Ledger add option to lock withdrawal addresses? If so, I want to transfer to Exchange. I can only withdraw to my address on Exchange and will be impossible to make mistake. I don't know if that'll be a feature in Ledger Live. It could potentially one day be a feature as wallets kind of tend to move towards more of like a smart contract based wallet where you can set up different parameters. But Ledger Live is very much just like it'll let you send and do whatever you want from Ledger Live. It's a for your account. Like it won't stop. It's not set up to like stop you or warn you or do anything. Like if you put in a valid address to send to from Ledger Live, then Ledger Live will let you do it. It gives the user full control. So possibly like further in the future, I could definitely see that becoming a thing where yeah, I would look up account abstraction. There's a lot of really good videos out about it. There's one from the Bankless podcast where they talk about they deep dive into what account abstraction is. But basically, that is the idea of wallets moving towards like a smart contract based wallet where you can set up all these different parameters where you no longer necessarily have to maintain your own seed phrase yourself, that it can be behind layers of like smart contract encryption and stuff. It's a really interesting concept. I don't know for certain if that's where things are going. I'm definitely not like an oracle, like saying where things are going, but I can see if things do go that way, I can see that becoming a feature eventually in the future. But as of right now, I don't know of anything on the roadmap currently to suggest that things are going to be going that way. But yeah, as of right now, that's not possible in Ledger Live. Coin Bob is saying, can I send P hex to Ledger? Let me see. I don't think so. Let me check that out real quick. Oh, there's hex. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So you can send hex. So I assume p hex is just another token. So yeah, if as long as it's like a ERC20 token that you're using, PRC, p hex is a PRC. Yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest. If it's an ERC20 token, then yes, you can send it to your ledger to your ETH address. Oh, Pulse Chain. Okay. Yeah, so no, Pulse Chain is not supported yet in Ledger Live. So yeah, I would say you can definitely access it. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, okay. Honestly, I would just connect to MetaMask and then add Pulse Chain to MetaMask, and then you can send whatever token you want on the Pulse Chain network. In case you, here, I'll just go through the process with you real quick. Let me switch this. All right, cool. So feel free to stop me if you know how to connect to MetaMask and do all that stuff. So basically what you want to do is quit this app. Let me open up the ETH app for you. Okay. You go through here, you do the connect hardware wallet, and then Ledger, continue. Select your Nano, connect it. Let it derive your ETH addresses. So I've already got this one added in, so it's grayed out. I don't want to add anymore, and I'm just going to add the first one. And it's already added. I'm just showing you the steps. So we can just go ahead and exit out of that. Then you can go to chainlist.org. We're going to use MetaMask. And then it's going to connect your MetaMask wallet. We want to make sure it is on the... it doesn't really matter, actually. So we want to find Pulse Chain. And we add that to MetaMask right here from chainlist.org. It makes it really easy to add networks to MetaMask. And then we can automatically switch it. And then we can open up MetaMask and see it's already on Pulse Chain up here. Then you can go back to your Ledger wallet. And then, oh, look, I have a little bit of Pulse. Oh, that's right, because I forgot that I got that for the ETH that I had in the wallet at the time. That was what I got for the snapshot. So yeah, so that's what you'd want to do to manage your Pulse Chain tokens. And then from there, so I'm not sure what the contract address is for PHEX, but you'd want to pull up that contract address, and then you can come down here to assets. You go down here to import token, and then you can paste the contract address and then add the custom token. And then after you do that, it'll show up right here under your assets as its own token. So that's, I think, probably the best way that I know of right now to go about managing your Pulse Chain assets. Yeah. All right. Make sure I didn't skip anybody. Okay, cool. I got that. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, all right. I think I finally found it. All right. So, Dineus, Dineus. I'm going to stick with that. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Sorry if I didn't. Hey, I'm about to buy Ledger Nano. Just a quick question about Ledger hardware recovery update. Is Ledger still using it? Yeah, it's still on the roadmap. It hasn't been released yet. We announced a, what's it called? An open source roadmap that we're going to be doing to, make users feel a little bit more comfortable with it. I don't have too many details on that. More to be announced later on that. But it is going to be a thing. So be on the lookout for that. And hopefully that'll be able to answer your questions. But yeah, it is still coming out. Oh, OJ, you're UK based. Okay, yeah, it could be the case. That was for the I believe the Solana. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I would say probably open up a sport ticket with us and then have us and then drop all that information that we talked about in the sport ticket. And then ask the agent if they can reach out to Changely or have someone reach out to Changely to find out like why Solana isn't listed anymore. And then we can actually reach out to Changely directly and find out if it's still available in your region or not. All right. Siege9, love that Ledger does this question and answer platform. Thank you for doing it. Yeah, you're most welcome. Happy to do it. All right. Divergent nodes, are there coins tokens that are supported that may not necessarily allowed? Well, yeah, I would say so. One very notorious example would be XRP. It's definitely still supported in Ledger Live. There are a lot of XRP users, and Ledger Live doesn't care where a person lives or where they're from, and anyone can use Ledger Live as long as there aren't like restrictions on the ISP or like for that country to for instance, like in North Korea, they might have trouble using Ledger Live, possibly. But as long as a person has access to it, then Ledger Live is available for anyone. And since the XRP is not illegal everywhere, it is still definitely available in Ledger Live to use, even for US based citizens where it's not legal to trade. So yeah, so that would be one example. I'm sure there's others, but off the top of my head, I can't really think of any. Okay. 7 is saying, getting my Nano X today. Looking forward to using your product. Was wondering though, which with Ledger Recover not set up, can you confirm it's not possible whatsoever to extract private keys? Yeah, no, it's not possible. Even if you were to do it yourself, like I can't go into too much detail, honestly, because most of it's kind of above my head. But basically, all of the like encryption and sharding happens within the Nano, and it can't happen without the user permission. Like it's not like it's like you update to this and then now it's like, oh, it's not safe. It's still the same level of security that it's always been. It just adds an additional feature that users can use if they want to, and for some people it makes sense. People who don't necessarily feel as comfortable maintaining the full weight of responsibility of maintaining their own seed phrase, and would like a backup option for that, like that's what it's there for. And so if you don't feel comfortable using it, if you don't want to use it, by all means don't use it, and nothing at all will change with the security of your device. Nicholas Gomez, any update on Stacks? Yeah. This summer is that's all the information that I've been given as well. But as far as I know, it's still on schedule to ship this summer. So yeah, I haven't heard anything otherwise. So it seems like things are good to go on that front. Danny is saying XRP still not illegal in US. It's not proven its security. No comment. I cannot confirm nor deny anything that happens at these extremely high levels. I'm just a spectator in all this, just like anybody else. Yeah, so it looks like we got to the end of our questions. So I'll just do what I normally do in these cases, and I'll just kind of like default to showing you some cool stuff in Ledger Live that maybe you have not seen, not aware of. But if anybody does have any other questions that they'd like to ask, please do drop them in the comments, and I'll be monitoring, and I'll stop what I'm doing to answer your questions if you drop them in the comments. But otherwise, let's check out some stuff. Okay, go to this guy right here. Okay. All right, cool. So what accounts do I have in here? Empty XRP account, an empty ETH account, ETH and a Matic account. Okay, cool. So let's show the nice, awesome, Dineas. Let's go to the Discover tab. Yeah, no problem, Seven. You're very welcome. Oh, that's a good question. Will Stacks be natively added to Ledger Live? Let me see if I can find anything in our internal channels on that. I don't know. Let's see. It looks like it is in the roadmap. Stacks integration. But as always, like I can never give like good time frames and like exact time frames on when things are going to be released, because whenever we do that, we end up putting our foot in our mouths, because basically the security process, the security review process for getting a Nano app published, and then furthermore for getting that natively supported in Ledger Live, is extremely strenuous. And sometimes we could think that it's like ready to go, but then like we have other checks to do, and it gets delayed. And so I don't have any exact date on that, but it does look like it's on the roadmap. But for now, I believe that there is a third-party wallet that you can use to manage those funds. Cool. All right, so back in Ledger Live, this has been the, I think I talked about this just on Friday in the onboarding, if any of you were here for that. But if you go to the Discover tab here in Ledger Live and you scroll down, you find the Zerion app right here. This app is so cool. So this app basically will detect your ETH wallet address inside Ledger Live, and this is only for EVM change. It'll detect things across, like if you have, for instance, here's some ETH on Arbitrum. It's got Polygon. It's got a little bit of DAI. It'll detect any token pretty much on almost any EVM chain associated with that wallet address. So if you ever do send a token, like an ERC20 token, to your ETH wallet address, and you don't see it in your account, and you suspect, but it does show like on Etherscan, like let's say here, let me go here, exit out of this stuff right here. So let's say I opened up Ledger Live here, and I've got, let's see, actually, you know what I can do? I can copy this. Let's go to Polygon Scan. I'm sure to have some scam tokens there. So let's say, yeah, so it says I have 6 tokens in this Polygon account, which definitely is not the case, but looks like fake scam ledger support token. It's very common because gas fees are so cheap on Polygon to have, deploy scam contracts. So a lot of scam NFTs, a lot of scam tokens, but it's good for this example. So let's say this was a real token, this ledger support right here, and I wanted to send it to Ledger Live and to my account in Ledger Live, and I sent it, and it's not showing up in my account. But it does show here on Polygon Scan that I do have this token in my account. And if it is a legitimate token, obviously it's not going to work in this case because this is flagged as like probably a scam token. But you can see that it is successfully in your account on the Block Explorer. Then you can definitely use that to go to the Zerion app and recover those tokens. Like it would be like, okay, I know I sent it, shows here on Polygon Scan, not here in my account. Now I can use Zerion to go and look for that token. And as long as it's a legitimate token that just hasn't yet been added to Ledger Live, you'll be able to find it in Zerion. So it's really like saving a lot of work, a lot of stress from like customers who are accidentally send a token that's not supported or send a token over the wrong EVM network. A lot of times it is recoverable through the Zerion app. Let me see. It looks like we have some more questions coming in. Carolyn is saying, I watched the 2 setup video and he said he was going to make the 3rd one on how to install apps and create accounts before you can receive coins. Where in this video? Well, let's just go through that. Let's do that. So let me go back. Like I am still, I covered up my thing. Okay, cool. I'm still on that view. All right, we'll go back to the, no, I was on the right one. Okay. So basically, Carolyn, to answer your question, so you notice on this, check out my Nano right here. I'm going to quit. You see I have all these Nano apps installed right here. So these are actually not the actual accounts. These are just, so to back it up, so your Nano holds your recovery phrase, which is basically your master, your ultimate master private key. All your private keys and public keys, everything is derived from your recovery phrase. That's really all that's stored on the Nano as well as the Nano apps. So when you want to create an account on a specific blockchain, you have to first have a recovery phrase to be able to derive a wallet address using those private keys. And you also have to have the Nano app installed in your Nano so that it gives you, which gives your Nano the tools it needs to communicate with just that specific blockchain. If you've been in the space for a little bit, you'll know, like, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, they're all very different blockchains that have different rules, different properties. Things are done differently on all these different blockchains. And so to be able to use that raw data, your seed, you need the Nano app to be able to direct that. And so what you do is you come here, you go to Ledger Live, you go to the My Ledger tab. And I believe I think so. We'll see what happens. Ooh, I might get an error. Oh, I didn't get an error message. I like when I get error messages, and I can show you guys how I troubleshoot my way through error messages. In this case, I thought potentially I'd get an error message because I was also connected in the browser to the chainlist.org, but I forgot that I definitely close that tab so it wasn't connected anymore. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting off topic here. All right, so basically you go to the My Ledger tab. You may have to allow Ledger Manager to do it, which performs a genuine check. And then you find the Nano app for the account that you want to create. So you can see I already have like most of them installed, and I'm actually out of space. I'm always out of space on my Nano. You see the Polkadot app here takes up a lot of space. So you'd want to install the account you'd want to add. I can just use Bitcoin as an example. I think I even have some Bitcoin associated with this Nano. So then I can go here. You can click Add Account from right here, or you can just go to your Portfolio tab. Actually, you can only do that first. So then you can go here to the Accounts tab. You can add account. So let's add a Bitcoin account. We already have the Bitcoin app installed. And so this is your actual account. So then now you open up the app that you want to interact with, in this case, Bitcoin. Opens up the Bitcoin app, and then it synchronizes and uses the private keys to derive the public wallet address, which is all happening just inside your Nano. That information is never shared with Ledger Live. And you can see I have 0.001 Bitcoin already in this account. Then I can rename this BTC-S Plus. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and just add that account in. So then when you add the account, then it just shows up right here. And now you have your actual account. So then now you can click on it. You can click Receive. And you can derive your public wallet address to send funds to. That's right here. You can copy it from here. I definitely recommend verifying it on the screen of your Nano, just to make sure that everything matches up, everything's good. It almost certainly will, but it's always good to check whenever you're moving funds around. And yeah, that's how you get going with that. Publius asking, how would you best describe the security of Ledger with so many people that have concerns about Ledger Recover? Possibly a backdoor. Doesn't that go against the whole purpose of having a cold wallet? Well, I mean, if you do take the time to look into the tech, which I'm going to pull it up for you. Let me go to Twitter. Actually, here, pull off this because I think it's tied to my personal Twitter account. I don't want to dox myself. All right. I will pull up the tweet for you. So our CTO, Charles Guillemet, he put out a really, really good tweet that talks about like Ledger Recover, hardware wallet security, and basically why there's nothing to worry about with this. I can kind of give you the layman's, kind of like the layman's example or whatever, like explanation, but this will be a much better explanation of what's going on. There it is. All right, cool. Check out this tweet. I do recommend reading it, and I'm sorry if I already linked this to you. So all right, yeah, check that out. It's a 29 thread tweet, so it's a really long tweet, but it really does go into detail. And honestly, with a little bit of knowledge, like there's really nothing to worry about. As I reiterated a couple of times, like there's no way that this service could like compromise a person. I'll let you read the tweet and draw your own opinion or whatever. But from where I stand, the security of the device hasn't changed at all. All this did was add an extra feature that if the customer chooses to use it, they can choose to use it if they want to, and it cannot be activated without the user's permission. And so, like, there's really no security flaw in my mind. There's no way that any outside person could come in and access any information. Really nothing's changed. It's just an additional feature that if you choose not to use it, it's deactivated by default, and so you can just not use it if you don't want to take part. Let's see. Seven, I'm a Cardano holder and earning staking ADA. Can I do the same in Ledger Live? Yes. Oh, actually, I don't believe Cardano staking. Let me see. Let me just make sure quick. I don't believe so, but I can show you how to manage your Cardano staking with your Ledger Live account, but outside of Ledger Live. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, I'm just making sure that there isn't like some update that I. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, so Cardano staking is not yet available in Ledger Live. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and connect to the right wall. I already sent the back to here. Here. Okay. All right. Let's go here. Let's go to, let me see if I have it already installed. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of extensions. Eternal. All right, let's enable Eternal. All right, so basically you're going to install, so we can go here, you can go Eternal Chrome extension, and it's this one right here from Google Chrome. This is what it looks like. Once it loads, it's here's the symbol right here, this rainbowy symbol. I already have it installed, but you'd be able to install it to Chrome. So we can go here, open it up. It's already got my ledger here. It's already detecting it, but we can add a wallet. We can connect hardware wallet. Before I click on that, though, I'm going to go and I'm going to open the Cardano app. Always make sure you have the applicable app opened up before you try to perform this action, because if you try to open up the app after you click the connection, then it'll most of the time just fail with some really obscure error message that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, doesn't look like I have the Cardano app, so I'm gonna need to go to Ledger Live, and I need to install the Cardano app. Oh, I do have it installed. Look at that. Oh, not enough storage. Never mind, I don't have it installed. Okay, I have a bunch of apps here. I use a lot of different apps. Let's go ahead and uninstall Polkadot because it's huge. 144 kilobytes. That'll give us enough space. Cool. All right, we got a little bit of space to work with. Let's see. Cardano. Yes, we are good to go. Cardano is also a very big app. It grew a lot in size with version 5.0.0, which introduces the Cardano Babbage, which is like the smart contract features of Cardano and tokens, and that like doubled the size of the app and made it huge. All right, cool. Let's get out of the My Ledger tab. All right, let's add wallet. We are going to open the Cardano app right there, and then hardware wallet. Ledger Nano XSS Plus. Next. And yeah, we can just call this 2, I guess. Look at that. I actually have some ADA in the wallet. I didn't even know that. Sweet. All right. Cool. And then once you go through those steps, it will pull in the Cardano account. Oh, it's asking me to confirm it on my device. Just sitting here. All right, we'll confirm the export the public keys. There we go. And there it is. So it flashed this warning, a wallet with the same ID already exists. It's because we already have a Cardano account imported. But yeah, from here, you can stake right here. You can swap. You can send, receive, do whatever you need to do. You can even add Cardano tokens and view them here in this wallet. It's a good wallet. Pretty good for Cardano users. It does pretty much everything. Eventually, Ledger Live will have all these features. It just takes time to build out. It's very new developments. yeah, a lot of work to do. But yeah, for now, Eternal is a great place to do it. All right. Let's see. Is something wrong? So Psycho Smile 69, great name by the way, is asking, is something wrong with Ramp and other for onboarding Atom? Ramp will not let me buy Atom and others as well. I don't know what is going on and just happened to me recently. So I talked about this before and I have suspicions, but I have not confirmed anything. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. I could be wrong. But it could potentially have something to do with the recent regulatory nightmare that's going on right now. I don't know if Cosmos is one of the ones that's being targeted or what, but it could be the case that Cosmos has been pulled from support for your region. Although I can't confirm that without getting more information. I just don't know at this point. But based on the number of users who have reached out to us saying that very specific assets are no longer available, it seems likely that that could be the case. So yeah, so hopefully we can get some more information for you on that soon. Let's see. Looks like we only have a few more minutes left, so I'm going to try to power through these last couple questions. All right. Nicola is saying, if product plus shipping costs over 100 euro in non-EU country, you must pay DHL custom service fee, 35 euro plus 15% customs fee. I paid 82 euro for shipping. Customs fee, DHL customs fee, that's a lot. Okay. That's a lot for shipping fees. Yeah, sorry you had to pay that. I guess that would really kind of depend on on where you're at, because I know that's not the case for all customers. It could just be the specific customs laws for your country. If that is the case, it could be really hard for us to get around that. I don't think there's anything we can actually do to get around that. One potential thing that you can try, if you're looking for, let me go here. Ledger authorized resellers. So right here, scroll down, find your country. So go to that, find your country, and see what authorized resellers there are. There'll be links right there. Here, I'll show you. Let's say you are in Canada, for instance. Go here and you choose Canada. You got Best Buy, you got Bitcoin Victoria, the crypto shop. You got all these different links. So go to those. And sometimes, from what I've been told, that users are able to not pay the duty tax or the customs tax because it's paid for by the reseller. I can't say for certain if that's the case, but you may be able to get a better deal without having to pay crazy shipping costs through one of the authorized resellers. I can't guarantee it, but it's definitely worth checking out. Okay. Are we? There we go. Okay. See, 814 is saying best way to check our staked coins in Ledger Live. So it depends on which one is staked. As of right now, you have to check all your stakes through the specific account. So let me see here. I go here. I believe I actually have Matic staked through this account right here, but that's not supported in Ledger Live. I think I have Cosmos. I believe I have some Cosmos in some random account on this Nano. Let's open the Cosmos app. Yeah, there we go. And I think I have some stake too. Atom-S plus. Add that account in. Then you come down here to this Cosmos account, and you can see that you can check the stake right here. I got a little bit of rewards I can claim if I want. So it'll look a little bit different for each individual staking blockchain. But basically, you go to the account and then you'll be able to see and manage your stake for all ones that are supported in Ledger Live. Otherwise, you have to check through third-party wallets outside of Ledger Live, such as with Cardano. This Chrome extension stakes the ADA, but links to Ledger Live with updated amounts. Yeah, Seven. That's a good question. So basically, so your crypto accounts always just live on the blockchain. And so what you're doing when you connect to Eternal is you're doing actually the exact same thing as when you connect to Ledger Live. Your crypto is not stored in Ledger Live. Ledger Live is just a cool interface that we build and develop to help users manage their funds that are on the blockchain, which is why you still need your hardware wallet to sign all transactions, because it's not actually in Ledger Live. And so what's really, really cool about Ledger hardware wallets is how versatile they are. You can connect to so many different wallets across Web3, and you can just do a bunch of cool stuff from it. Like, for instance, like with Cardano, Cardano staking is not yet a thing in Ledger Live. We are working on it, not yet a thing, but you can still manage your Cardano with your Ledger from the safety of cold storage by connecting your Ledger to the Eternal wallet. And now the Eternal wallet does have all the features necessary to be able to do those interactions and sign those types of transactions. And so you're actually accessing the exact same account when you access it through Eternal. Think about all these different wallets that you connect to. Think about them as just being windows into your crypto vault. They're not actually your crypto. Your crypto is just on the blockchain in your accounts, secured by your private keys, which are secured by your Nano. And so your Nano is a key to your accounts, lets you sign transactions from your accounts. But these all these different wallet softwares are just windows into your account. And some of these windows have features that others do not. Some are able to do things that others are not able to do. In this case, Eternal has a little bit more versatility and features built into Cardano because it is a Cardano specific wallet. Ledger Live is an everything wallet. It's trying to be an everything wallet. So wallets like Eternal that are just specific to that blockchain can focus just on that and get all the features. I hope that makes sense. What I just said, it's very unintuitive. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. Carolyn, let's see if I can find a better, let's go to our YouTube channel. Go to, sure. Let us videos. God, we have so many. I know that I've done it in many of these. So basically, I guess rather than trying to find the specific video for you, I can just go to add accounts, Ledger Live, install Nano app Ledger Live. All right, so if you go to these, it's got pretty good instructions. So if you open here, it's got like instructions and screenshots, and it kind of like has a good description showing you what to do. It's got both desktop and mobile. So I will go ahead and drop this. Install Nano app. And then this one to, not that. This one right here. And again, this one actually does have a video for adding an account to Ledger Live. Cool. So it actually does have a video. Nice. Oh, very nice. I haven't actually watched this video. It's cool. All right, sweet. Yeah, I'm going to send you this link. Sweet. All right, cool. I hope that helps. Let me know. All right, let's see if I can rapid fire. I'm already 5 minutes over. My team lead's going to start doing this to me from through the window. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, KO13, you can. Yeah, you can connect your Nano to Daedalus or Yori, whichever one you like. Honestly, personally, I actually got started with Yori first before I even worked at Ledger. I find the connection to Yori fantastic. It's a great wallet and very seamless connection with your Ledger. It's less complicated than connecting to Eternal. It's just got slightly less features. But if you're just staking and holding, it's a fantastic wallet. Um, Daedalus, on the other hand, is a little bit more complex, I would say. But in either one, whatever one you're more comfortable with and familiar with, you can connect to any of those. Um, yeah, for pros and cons, I would say overall, Eternal is my favorite for Cardano. Just with functionality, ease of use, kind of like a good blend of all. But they're all good wallets. Yeah. Why Volt is not showing up as ERC20 under ETH? Good question. Actually, let's see. Let me see what we got. Okay. All right. I'm gonna rapid fire this real quick. All right. Here, let me show you what I'm doing real quick. I'm gonna look up Volt. All right. So we have Volt Finance and we have Volt Inu, and we have Voltage Volt, and we have Volt Swap Volt, and we have Old Volt Inu. So we have a lot of different Volts. So I assume you're talking about Volt Inu because you mentioned ERC20. So I'm going to copy this contract address right here. I'm going to go open up a new tab. I go here. I'm going to go to Ledger Live Desktop Supported Assets. Updated supported assets is the updated list right here. So then I got the contract address. You saw I copied it from right here. I'm going to go ahead and Command F or Control F if you're on Windows. Control V, and it looks like it's not supported. So it's 0 out of 0. If it was supported, it would have found the contract address. So I'd say the reason it's not supported is that it just simply has not been added in yet to Ledger Live. Our devs are really good at adding support for tokens. However, this is a beautiful opportunity for you to try out the Zerion app. So go here to the Discover tab, scroll down, and find Zerion. And so this will show your Volt Inu, most likely. It'll when you go into it, it'll detect all the tokens and stuff in your wallet, and it'll display them right here in your wallet. So you should see Ethereum, Volt Inu. You should see your tokens, and you can send them from here too. You can just click on the send button, choose the asset you want to send. It'll show up right here, and you can manage them that way, even though it's not supported in Ledger Live. All right. Let's see. Why does Jupiter coin show up in Ledger Live but no dollar value? It's most likely the case that Jupiter is partially supported. Let's go back here and take a look. I'm going to Command F this. I'm just going to look up Jupiter. See what I find. ESC wrap Jupiter. Nope, here we go. Oh, yep, look at that. So Ethereum, JUP, Jupiter, looks like the contract address. So it's got the token, but counter values are disabled. And there's a lot of reasons why this could be. It could be that there wasn't a lot of liquidity for it. It could be that there was a change to the contract. It could mean a lot of things. I'm not really sure. But again, I definitely recommend checking out the Zerion app, and it should show the dollar value for you in the Zerion app. So that would be my go-to. I've been sending we actually have an article for it. It's not super complex. It's just what I just showed you, just go into the app and using it. But I think I send that to more people than like any other Help Center article. Janos, that is an interesting thought. However, that is way above my pay grade, and I can't speak on whether or not anything like that is happening. But definitely interesting thought. Never buy crypto in Ledger because restrictions. Yeah. It may not be available for everybody depending on where you live. Yeah, it's hard to get around that. When Arweave will be on NanoX? Okay, cool. This is gonna be the last question. I'm already 10 minutes over. Let's see. Let's see. So is Arweave? Let me go here. Let me show you what I'm doing. Just looking. I'm just gathering some info on Arweave. Okay, yeah, it is its own thing. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can check my own internal. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. Yeah, it looks like there's just one little technical issue that needs to be worked out, but it's definitely high up in the pipeline. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I can't give an exact date, but I can tell you that it is being worked on. Yeah. So be on the lookout soon. I wish I had more information for you than that. Let me go back here. I think that that is all the time that I have today. Let's see. Okay, cool. Yeah, Volt Inu got that right. Oh, this one more came in. Good evening. Have you seen the situation Atomic Wallet? Yep, yep, yep. This can happen with Ledger. So that can't happen with Ledger. So the issue with the Atomic Wallet is the same thing with other software wallets, where basically the private keys, when you set up a Atomic wallet, it's a hot wallet. It's like setting up any other hot wallet, except there are reports that they didn't do a great job storing user data, and that they did store user data. I can't confirm. I haven't actually read an actual thing about it, but we can deduce that customer data was stored and then leaked through a hack or whatever may have happened. So that can't happen with your Ledger because Ledger doesn't store customer data. We don't have your seed phrases. Only the user has their seed phrase, and so it wouldn't be possible for that to happen with Ledger. So yeah. And do you think the funds that were stolen can be returned? That'll be a matter for the authorities. It's very hit or miss on whether that can happen or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I very much hope that it does because it was a terrible incident and a lot of people were hurt by it. So yeah, I hope so. Staying positive. But yeah, that is all the time that I have for you guys today. Happy Monday. Welcome to the new week. And I will be back on Wednesday. I think I actually did a pretty decent job this time. I hope I didn't. I always say that, and then I go back and review it, and I realize I missed like 10 questions. But hopefully I got all your guys' questions. If not, come back on Wednesday and be like, Tim, what the heck? You didn't answer my question. Help me out. And yeah, I'll be happy to. I couldn't say for certain what how Electrum does. I can say that I really do like Electrum, but I can't say for certain how they store data, if they store data, what they do. I don't really know. These things are always found out in hindsight, unfortunately. But yeah, with that, that's all the time I have for you today. I will see you guys Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, same time for the next Ask Me Anything. Great. Have a great one, and hope you guys have a great week. Okay, bye, everybody.